Bullying. Bullying is a big problem that happens in many different ways. It can involve mean words, physical actions, or exclusion, which means excluding someone from a group. A study done in British primary schools found that about a quarter of students said they were bullied, and some of them said it happened a lot. In secondary schools, there was less bullying, with about 1 in 25 cases being persistent, but harder to deal with. In the past, schools didn't always admit that bullying was happening because they didn't know much about it or have the right tools to handle it. But now, things are changing. People are starting to recognize how serious bullying is, and schools are creating rules to stop it. They're doing this because they know it's important, they have the resources to help, and they've seen that their efforts can make a difference. Studies in different countries have shown that when schools take action, bullying goes down a lot. In general, people are working hard to stop bullying in schools. They understand that it hurts students and want to make sure everyone feels safe.
This recording is copyrighted by Amity English Club. Cell phone 090-642-6657. Kon Tum City, Vietnam. Amity English Club. Easy to speak English. English thinking. Bullying. See, observe. What is the passage about? Bullying. The passage is about bullying and how schools can stop it. What are 3 ways bullying can happen? Through words, physical actions, and exclusion. Bullying can happen in many different ways. What does exclusion mean? Leaving someone out. It means excluding someone from a group. How many primary school students said they were bullied? About a quarter. About 1 in 4 students said they were bullied. What happened in secondary schools? There was less bullying. However, some cases were persistent and hard to deal with. What does persistent mean? Continuing. Persistent bullying continues for a long time. What are schools doing now to stop bullying? They are taking action. They are creating rules and using resources to deal with bullying. What happens when schools take action? Bullying goes down. Studies show that bullying decreases when schools take action. Think. Notice. Why can mean words hurt students? Because words affect feelings. Hurtful words can make students feel sad, afraid, or worthless. Why can exclusion make someone feel bad? Because people need to belong. Being left out can make someone feel lonely and unwanted. Why didn't schools understand bullying well in the past? They lacked knowledge and tools. They didn't know enough about bullying or how to deal with it. Why are people recognizing bullying as a serious problem now? Because they understand its effects. They know bullying can seriously hurt students. Why are school rules important? They set clear limits. Students know what behavior is unacceptable. Why do schools need resources to deal with bullying? Because rules aren't enough. Schools also need people, knowledge, and tools. How might a student feel when everyone excludes them? They may feel lonely. They may also feel sad, rejected, or unwanted. Why is it important for everyone to feel safe at school? Because students need safety to learn. They can study better when they feel respected and protected. Think, connect. Have you ever seen someone being excluded from a group? Yes, I have. Sometimes students leave someone out because they are different or unpopular. How would you feel if someone used mean words against you? I would feel hurt. I would probably feel upset and want someone to support me. What can happen if bullying is ignored? It can continue. The victim may feel worse, and the bully may become more confident. How can teachers help students who are bullied? They can listen and support them. They can also investigate the problem and take action. How can other students help? They can support victims. They can include them and tell an adult about serious bullying. How can friendship help prevent bullying? Friends provide support. A student with good friends may feel less alone and more confident. How can kindness reduce bullying? Kindness builds respect. It can create a friendlier and safer school environment. Why should students accept people who are different from them? Because everyone is different. Respecting differences helps create a peaceful school community. Think, analyze. Which type of bullying do you think is the most harmful? Persistent bullying. Repeated bullying can seriously affect a student's confidence and happiness. Why can bullying be difficult to stop? Because it can be hidden. Victims may be afraid to speak up. Why might a student not tell a teacher about bullying? They may be afraid. They may worry that the bully will hurt them again. Who should be responsible for stopping bullying? Everyone should help. Teachers, parents, students, and schools all have a role. What should a teacher do when a student reports bullying? Listen carefully. The teacher should take the report seriously and investigate it. What should a school do when bullying happens repeatedly? Take stronger action. The school should protect the victim and address the bully's behavior. What could happen if a school does nothing about bullying? Bullying could increase. Students might also lose trust in the school. What is more important, punishment or education? Education is more important. Students need to understand why bullying is harmful and learn better behavior. Imagine. Imagine you are a student being bullied. How would you feel? I would feel scared. I would probably feel lonely and want someone to help me. Imagine your best friend is being bullied. What would you do? I would support my friend. I would listen to them and tell a trusted adult. Imagine you are a teacher. What would you do about bullying? I would take it seriously. I would listen to the students and investigate the problem. Imagine you are the principal. What rule would you create? I would create clear anti-bullying rules. I would also make sure students know how to report bullying. Imagine a student is too afraid to report bullying. How could you help? I would listen to them. I would help them talk to a trusted adult. Imagine you see someone being bullied, but nobody else sees it. What would you do? I would help the victim. I would also report the situation to a teacher. Imagine you could speak to a student who bullies others. What would you say? I would tell them to stop. I would explain that their actions can seriously hurt other people. Imagine you could change one thing about your school to make students feel safer. What would you change? I would improve the reporting system. Students should have an easy and safe way to ask for help. Evaluate. Do you think bullying is a serious problem? Why? Yes, I do. It can hurt students physically and emotionally. Do you think school rules can really stop bullying? Yes, they can help. Clear rules can prevent bullying and encourage responsible behavior. Do you think exclusion can be as harmful as physical bullying? Yes, it can. Being excluded can make students feel extremely lonely and rejected. Do you think words can hurt more than physical actions? Sometimes they can. Hurtful words can stay in someone's mind for a long time. Do you think parents should be involved when bullying happens? Yes, they should. Parents can support their children and work with the school. Do you think students should help teachers stop bullying? Yes, they should. Students can report problems and support their classmates. Do you think a school can completely eliminate bullying? It may be difficult, but a school can greatly reduce bullying with strong action. What is the best way to protect students from bullying? Early action. Schools should listen to students and respond quickly. Expand. What other forms of bullying can you think of? Cyberbullying is one. Spreading rumors and threatening people are also forms of bullying. Can bullying happen online? How? Yes, it can. People can send mean messages, spread rumors, or post hurtful comments. Why might cyberbullying be difficult to stop? It can happen anytime. Harmful messages can also spread very quickly. How can technology make bullying worse? It can spread harmful content quickly. A hurtful post can reach many people in a short time. What can parents do to prevent bullying? They can talk to their children. They can teach kindness, respect, and responsible behavior. What can teachers do to create a safe classroom? They can build respect. They can also watch students carefully and respond to problems quickly. What can students do to make their classmates feel included? They can invite others to join. They can be friendly and respect differences. How can stopping bullying improve students' education? Students can focus better. They can learn more when they feel safe and comfortable. Action. What can you do if you see someone being bullied? I can help them. I can support them and tell a trusted adult. What can you do if someone bullies you? I can speak up. I can tell a teacher, parent, or another trusted adult. How can you support a student who is being excluded? I can include them. I can invite them to join my group or activity. How can you make a new student feel welcome? I can talk to them. I can introduce them to my friends and invite them to join us. What can you do if your friend is bullying another student? I can talk to my friend. I can tell them that bullying is wrong and encourage them to stop. What can your school do to reduce bullying? It can organize an anti-bullying campaign. Students and teachers can discuss respect and kindness. What personal action will you take after reading this passage? I will be more supportive. I will include others and speak up when I see bullying. If you could do one thing to stop bullying today, what would you do? I would speak up. I would help someone who is being bullied and encourage others to do the same. Speaking sample. Bullying. Bullying is a serious problem that happens in many schools. It can happen in different ways, such as using mean words, physical actions, or excluding someone from a group. Exclusion can make students feel lonely, rejected, and unwanted. In the past, schools did not always understand bullying well because they did not have enough knowledge or the right tools to deal with it. However, things are changing now. People are beginning to understand how serious bullying is, and schools are creating rules and taking action to stop it. Studies show that when schools take action, bullying goes down. I think bullying can have a serious effect on students. It can make them feel scared, lonely, or unhappy. Sometimes students may not report bullying because they are afraid. That's why teachers, parents, and other students should work together to help them. I believe everyone has a role to play. Teachers should listen to students and take action. Parents should support their children. Students should be kind, include others, and speak up when they see bullying. Even a small act of kindness can make someone feel that they are not alone. Bullying can also happen online. Cyberbullying can be especially difficult because hurtful messages and pictures can spread very quickly. So, students need to learn how to use technology responsibly. In my opinion, education is more important than punishment. Students need to understand why bullying is wrong and learn how to respect other people. Schools may not be able to completely eliminate bullying, but they can greatly reduce it by taking early and strong action. After reading this passage, I think we should all do something to make our schools safer. We can include people who feel left out, support students who are being bullied, and speak up when we see something wrong. If everyone works together, we can make school a safer and kinder place for everyone. This recording is copyrighted by Amity English Club. Cell phone 090-642-6657. Kon Tum City, Vietnam.